All right, guys, I can't believe it, but it's already that time for my monthly recap from my No Buy year. Welcome back, I'm Shannon, and this is the Wanderluster, where each week we tackle topics that will help you to feel more sparked so you can lead a life of adventure on your own terms. Today, I'm recording my May recap for my No Buy year. If you've been following along each month, I do a recap of my shopping ban, my No Buy year, and I go over all of the things that I could have bought if I wasn't on a shopping ban or was tempted to buy, what I did spend my money on, and what I learned throughout the month. I'm really excited that I'm now 5 months into my shopping ban, which means that I cannot buy anything that is not essential to my survival for the entire year. So that means no new makeup, no new clothes, no gadgets, who's its, what's its, unless it's necessary for my business, for my health, or to eat, or to give to someone else. I am allowed to do charitable contributions and give gifts. So this month I will have some interesting learnings and updates on that category in specific, because I did actually purchase a few things that were in the gray zone this month, and I would love for you to weigh in to see if I broke the rules of my own shopping ban. All right, so May was actually a pretty light month in terms of temptations. So what tempted me to go shopping in the month of May? Getting right into it, I didn't have a lot of temptations this month. As you know, I'm actually, by the time this video is up, I will be going through surgery at the Mayo Clinic in Jacksonville, Florida, and I am going to be, if all goes to plan, knock on air wood, I will be living kidney donor in short order, and I'm really excited for this next chapter of my life and for this procedure to be done so my recipient can start feeling better and we can just start, the next chapter of our lives. So surprisingly, though I was leaning on a lot of temptations before to kind of get me through the stress and the weight of getting ready for surgery, this month I'm kind of surprised I didn't have a lot of temptations, but I'm ready to share them with you now. All right, so the first thing on the list was a Chicago Lil Bub shirt. So I'm a Chicago Cubs fan. I'm also a Lil Bub fan, and if you don't know who Lil Bub is a character, a real life cat that is on Instagram and is adorable and sparks so much joy for me. If you have not seen Lil Bub on Instagram, I highly recommend you check it out because you know what, there are a couple Instagram animals I follow that really spark a lot of joy, and Lil Bub is one of them. And of course, when I saw this intermingling of my favorite sports team with my favorite cat on the internet, it was like a trifecta. No, a dufecta? What is two? It's not a trifecta, it's a dufecta? What does that even mean? I don't even know. Anyway, I saw this Lil Bub what was it called? Like a Lil Bub Chicago shirt. And I really, of course, loved it. And it would have been great to wear to, I don't know, a Chicago Cubs game that I'm probably never going to because I don't live there any longer. But it was $30 and I was super tempted to buy it, but I didn't. Side note, Lil Bub really has the merchandising down because there was a whole bunch of stuff that I thought was super, super cute. But of course, the Lil Bub Chicago Cubs mashup was what almost did me in. The next thing actually happened when I was out grocery shopping, and I was really tempted by 3 different pieces of stationery from Hallmark that I really liked. Now, if you don't know this about me, I probably haven't shared this before, but I love stationery. I have a giant box of stationery. I love writing thank you notes. I love receiving thank you notes. I am such a fan of paper mail, and I love having stationery on hand. And I have a box, a very sizable box full of stationery already that I want to work through and will work through. But of course, as I was getting some Mother's Day cards for the month of May, I had to walk by this adorable collection of super, super cute thank you notes and wanted a refresher. So I found 3 packs that I really, really wanted. One box was $5.99 and the other 2 boxes were $14.99 a pop. Yeah, so that was gonna add up pretty fast, but because I'm a stationery junkie and love sending paper mail, I was super tempted. They were so sweet, and I would love to refresh my stationery in the next year, but for right now, I have plenty on hand I can already use. All right, this next piece is actually from one of my favorite shops here in San Antonio, Felice Modern, and this was an adorable clear and glittered confetti makeup kit. And I personally love to travel with a clear makeup kit whenever possible, because I find it so much easier with a clear bag to find what I'm looking for, especially with all these little blushes and little stubs of eyeliners and things like that. Just having a clear bag, especially as the lighter stuff or the heavier stuff goes to the bottom, it's just so much easier. And of course, on Instagram, I saw this adorable clear and gold like travel clutch kit for makeup, and I was like, oh, this would be so perfect for my trip to Jacksonville, so I can easily find what I'm looking for. My current makeup bag is kind of on its last leg, but it still works. but of course saw this and absolutely wanted it because it is so cute and it's from one of my favorite stores of all time, Fleece Modern. All right, so this gold vanity kit retailed for $36 and it would have been worth every penny, but like I said, I absolutely already have a makeup kit I can use. I'm only going to be in Jacksonville for a week. I'm sure I'll be fine. I probably won't be putting my face on very much anyway post-surgery, but of course really wanted it, but it'll have to wait. All right, it's another month of getting tempted by Blogilates. I do a lot of Blogilates workouts of Pop Pilates every month. I print out her calendar and I do a lot of her workouts. I do her yoga every week. And of course, I saw one of her water bottles, her Dream Wildly water bottle. And on the back of the water bottle, it actually has by the hour, like how much water you should be drinking. I make it a point now that I'm becoming a living kidney donor to down a whole bunch of water when I first wake up and try to be mindful of how much water I'm getting throughout the day. Because even though my remaining kidney will grow to compensate for the fact that I only have one, hydration is super important for a living kidney donor. So I've been trying to be more mindful of it and drink as much water as possible, but having a water bottle with all of the hours on the back just to help me keep track, because sometimes your mind plays tricks on you when you've had a busy day at work of like, I think I refilled my bottle once or twice, maybe, I'm not really sure. So accountability wise, it would be really handy to have a bottle, but maybe I could just take an existing bottle with a Sharpie and just write it on there so I freaking remember. But it was super cute, and of course I adore Blogilates. Cassie Ho is just such an inspiration to me, and she's been my little powerhouse instructor as I've been getting ready for surgery to work on some of my core moves to make sure that I'm feeling strong and fit and healthy. But yeah, maybe someday I will get this awesome water bottle, but for right now I'll just have to put it on my lust list and wait until next year. All right, so this next one I've been pining for a long time, like almost 2 years, and it is a purple kidney plush toy, which if you saw my kidney donation video, this actual plush toy was featured in the post of the original person I intended to donate my kidney to. She was holding it in one of her photos, and of course that always stuck in the back of my mind. And maybe I could have bought it before my shopping ban started just because it's kind of something special and near and dear to me. But at the time in December, I was not approved to be a living kidney donor. I didn't find out that I was actually cleared to donate until like March of this year. So I didn't want to just buy it and then have like a purple stuffed kidney on hand if it wasn't actually, I wasn't actually cleared to donate and become a donor. So wish I would have bought it, but you know what? It can wait, and maybe somebody will be nice for my birthday in July and get me one. I don't know, but it's super cute, and after a year or so, I still want the darn plush, so I think in a year from now, I will still want it, and I can get it then. All right, and that kidney plush retails for $20. And I think I forgot to say that the Blogilates bottle also retailed for $20, but that puts me at $40 I almost spent but did not. So doing pretty good. All right, so out of all of my temptations, where did that put me for the month? For the month of May, it being a pretty light month, I saved $141.97, which is a brick ton less than last month, which was like over $700. So did pretty good. I was just pretty much tempted by the things I'm always tempted by: glitter, stuffed things, kidneys, stationery, things like that. But that $141 I will definitely invest, and I'm very excited to have that money in pocket and have a little bit more insights into what things get me to buy and what things get me to not buy. All right, so now I pulled up my notable purchases for the month of May. This month I actually threw a kidney going away party with a unicorn theme, which I did because I actually already had a whole bunch of unicorn stuff on hand to begin with that I bought when I was supposed to do a housewarming party over 2 years ago. So I saved some money there by doing a theme with stuff I already had on hand, but I did spend a sizable amount of money putting the party together, and I did buy a few things that ended up, making the day a little extra special, which some of them didn't quite make it as intended, but I will get into that in a second. So here's what I bought for the month of May that is kind of a fun purchase that I was absolutely happy to spend money on. All right, so a couple things that I bought is that I got some catering because your girl didn't want to cook. I spent $69 on brisket, $123 on food, $61 on alcohol, and $9.11 on edible glitter for the Jell-O shots that I made. Yeah, I made unicorn-themed Jell-O shots, which I posted on Instagram stories, and even with 30% off and 20% off coupon off my purchase from Joann's, I still ended up spending $9 on 3 different types of edible glitter. Yeah, what a weird purchase, right? But it was worth it. Everyone thought the shots were cute, even if they were a bit hard to get down because I put condensed milk in some of the layered colors to give them a pastel effect. They were kind of intense Jell-O shots, I will say that, but they were very fun, and I'm not sure I will be buying edible glitter again, so might as well enjoy it for what it was. Two things I did spend money on is that I bought a $19 unicorn cake, which ended up getting completely screwed up in my car. But it was funny and it was a talking point during my party, so that worked just fine. I also spent $14.99 on a piñata, and that's where I would like you to chime in of the fact that I did buy a piñata. It was not for me, it was for the party, but it was still money and it still was a thing that wasn't edible. So did I break the rules of my own shopping ban? Funny story about that, much like the cake, the unicorn piñata did not go as planned. Oops. I really tried to get up on a ladder to throw a rope and get the piñata hung from the back of my pecan tree, but it was far too high for me to get safely on my own. And considering that I'm donating a kidney, it didn't really seem like a wise safety thing to do and end up like falling off of a ladder right before I donate a kidney. So that did not go as planned. It ended up being a really loose party game where everyone could reach into the unicorn's butt and pull out a bottle of liqueur. But yeah, about that. Didn't go as planned, but the unicorn was still very fun and I will have it as a memory for my party. It technically is a thing, which I bought, so maybe I broke my shopping ban, but I would love to hear from you if, even though it was intended to sort of be a gift for everybody else to enjoy, did I break my ban? Not quite sure. I also spent $10 on a rainbow balloon, which might also break the rules a little bit. And funny story, just like the piñata and the cake, the rainbow balloon did not go as planned. I was getting it to the car and it ripped off the string and just went off into the ether. I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to let balloons go anymore, so I felt doubly bad that not only did I spend $10 on a balloon, I didn't get to use it at my stupid party, but I also probably took out some like really nice endangered birds or something in the process. So long story long, I only spent about $40 on superfluous items for my party, I think. Yeah, about $40-ish, give or take. But yeah, none of it went as planned, but I still had a wonderful day with my messed up cake, my piñata that didn't get smashed, and my rainbow balloon that didn't even make it home. So you know what? Win some, lose some, wreck some, have a good time, and it was a pretty good party either way. Overall, I spent about $297 for this party, and that was, a lot of money for a party, but I didn't have to cook. I had some barbacoa, I had some brisket for tacos, I had champagne for people to enjoy, I made Jell-O shots, I had a cake, it was good, and overall, it was relatively easy for me to put things together because the point of this party was for me not to stress, because stress equals sickness, and sickness equals bad for somebody about to go in for a major surgery. So I just wanted my friends to gather, and I have to say the day definitely delivered. It was worth that $297, and I would do it again in a heartbeat. All right, so that leads me into my May learnings. What did I learn in the month of May? Well, spending ban wise, I realized that some months I really lean on the temptations a lot heavier than others. Shopping, even though I can't do it, sometimes still seems to be a stress outlet for me to deal with things. But this month it wasn't too bad. I found that I was just so hyper-focused on getting ready for the surgery that I didn't really have a lot of time to be distracted this month. I was planning the party, getting my living will together because that's a good thing to have lined up before you go in for surgery. Making the last flight reservations, my car rental, working with my recipient and my donor team, and getting things ready at work has been really stressful. My team is amazing, my coworkers are great, but like all of these last minute things that you have to prepare for before you leave for 4 weeks, little stressful. So I've been a bit distracted and I've been taking things slow at home of just like sometimes I get home and I'll work out with my Blogilates workout calendar, which is awesome. And other nights, some days I'm just legitimately tired or just need to decompress with a cup of tea or a glass of wine, read a book and call a friend. And so, I didn't really learn a lot about my shopping ban this month, but I spent money on things that brought me joy and bringing people together. And I would say 9 times out of 10 or 10 times out of 10, spending money on others brings me a lot of joy, and having a party, even though it may be a bit stressful, is absolutely worth every penny for me. So you know what, not a whole lot about me this month, but worth it. And I'm excited that by the time you see this video, or I don't even know when this is going to go live, but I will either be getting ready to go into surgery or out of surgery, depending on when I get this sucker edited. And I couldn't be more excited, so I hope you're sending me good vibes because I'm gonna need them for June. So, all right, guys, so that wraps up my May recap. It was kind of a different month because I've been so hyper-focused on getting ready for my kidney donation surgery, but I'm excited for June. I'm gonna be spending a lot of time in front of the television and maybe with a book recovering from my kidney donation surgery. I will spend 1 week in Jacksonville, Florida, and then my aunt, who is my caretaker, and I will fly back to San Antonio where I will resume the rest of my recovery in the great state of Texas until I'm better and I can go back to work at the beginning of July. So if you have any good vibes, thoughts, prayers, and especially book or movie recommendations you can send to me for June, I would absolutely love to hear from you because you guys always have the smartest and most wonderful things to say. So I would love to hear from you. What should I be watching in June? Because I'm not going to be out shopping, that's one thing, but I'm also not going to be doing a whole heck of a lot else. So I want to hear from you as to what I should be watching and get all caught up on my movies for the month. All right, guys, so that is May in a nutshell. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. I'm gonna go get ready for my surgery. I'm gonna go get ready for this next chapter. Please send me your good vibes, and I will be sending you mine as well. So again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and until June, I'll see you next time. Bye, guys. So help you feel more sparked, help you feel more sparked. Am I smelling toast? What is happening?